This is Lorreal from Team Money Shots, and this week's matchup is against an Affliction Warlock and a Disciplined Priest. One of the first things that I try to do is Shadow Fury an opponent. In this case, a healer DPS team, my partner and I decide which person to CC. Since the Warlock was being aggressive, I decided to stun him first, to help reduce pressure on my partner. Unfortunately, he was in a weird position, and I was unable to capitalize on my stun. Getting too close to an Affliction Warlock can cause problems because of the instant cast Howl of Terror. I decided to trinket out and begin my own attack. To prevent the lock from stunning me again, I decided to start off with a Fear, then I followed it up with an Immolate, Conflagrate, Chaos Bolt, and finished with an Incinerate. It is important against teams that can Dispel to cast Conflagrate as fast as possible, because it requires Immolate to be on the target to work. In the background you can see my partner apply his priest dots to the healer to pressure him a little bit. After seeing this, I decided to switch targets from the lock to the priest to fear him and damage him a little bit, so that he would have to heal himself instead of his partner. While I was being mana drained, I decided to use a death coil to get the Warlock off of me. This put him close enough to his partner that it allowed me to Shadow Fury and hit them both. While his healer was CC'd, I decided to try and kill the Warlock. Seeing this, my partner uses Psychic Scream, allowing me just a few more seconds to kill the Warlock. However, I was unable to kill him before the stun on his partner wore off. Seeing the other Warlock pressuring my partner, I decided to use Shadow Fury and start pressuring him myself. After the other Warlock goes line of sight, he uses Sacrifice, which gives him a small damage absorbing bubble. It is important to break this bubble as fast as possible so you can continue to pressure the other team. Fear wore off, I decided to switch targets to the priest to try and pressure him a little bit, to make him stop healing his Warlock for a moment. The more times he has to switch targets, the higher chance of him making a mistake. Once again, I switch targets to the priest and fear him to stop him from healing his partner.
Leaving him vulnerable to attack.
Seeing that both the priest and the Warlock were running out of mana, I decided to Shadow Fury the priest and try to burn down the Warlock. Then the priest uses Psychic Scream on me, but my trinket had just come up, so I was able to trinket out and use Howl of Terror to get all of the enemies away from me. While his partner was stunned, I decided to try and kill the Warlock. However, I let him get too close and he used Howl of Terror on me, allowing the stun to wear off on his partner and allowing him to heal him back up to full. First I fear the Warlock, then I switch to the priest and fear him as well. I switch back to the Warlock and try to kill him before his priest is out of the stun. However, the priest trinkets out, so I switch to the priest and try to burn the last of his mana away. Warlock fears me again and tries to resurrect his dead pet. However, before he can do this, the stun wears off, and I use Death Coil to interrupt his cast. In the background, my partner uses Psychic Scream on the priest, allowing us to focus fire on the Warlock and kill him before the stun wears off. Once the Warlock dies, my partner and I focus fire on the priest to end the match. We'd like to thank you for watching our 2 vs 2 match with Lorreal and Kashala of Team Money Shots. This is Lorreal saying I'll see you next week. If you'd like to know more about our team, you can visit us at www.tmsblog.net and read about our climb to the top.